Are you in the market for one of the best mid-wheel drive rehab chairs on the market today? Well, stay tuned to this video review. Hey, I'm Alex with Marc's Usability. In this video, we're going to go over a Permobil M3. Now, the Permobil M3 is a mid-wheel driven unit. This particular unit has about 15 miles of total drive distance on it. This was actually manufactured December of 2022, but it has very little usage on the unit. Now, it is going to have a 330-pound weight capacity, and it is going to have a 12-inch seat lift, electric tilt, electric recline, electric legs, and then also anterior tilt as well. And we're going to show you all those functions here shortly. Now, mid-wheel drive just means you have a solid 14-inch drive wheel in the middle with these approximate 6-inch caster wheels in the front and the back. So mid-wheel is going to turn in one of the smaller turning radiuses. If you are in the market for a chair that you want to go outside a little bit in your grass, but also inside, we also do sell an F3, which is a front-wheel driven unit, which might be a better option to consider. But this is the mid-wheel driven unit here. It does have amazing suspension on the unit, and once again, it is going to be the smallest turning radius for the different drive configurations that are out on the market today. Now, this particular unit, the first function I'm going to show you, I'm going to go everything through the ICS box, which is this box here behind the joystick, but you are able to do everything through the joystick as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the 12-inch seat lift, which raises up pretty quickly. Now, I will mention on the ICS box, all your buttons will be green when you're in a normal seated position. If it goes to yellow, it means you're going to be reduced speed, somewhere about 3 miles an hour. And then if you do go to red, it means you're in a non-safe driving position and the chair will not drive. So you need to get more into an upright seating position to be able to drive the chair. But this is what your seat's going to look like when you are raised up 12 inches. To kind of give you a reference, I'm 6 foot tall to give you that line of sight. But people use this if they're traveling and they're going across certain types of roads. You are more visible for traffic if you are sitting up a little bit higher. You can use this to access things higher up into your home or when you're shopping. Some people use it to slide board transfer if they have different heights they need to transfer over to. So there's many functions that you can use the seat lift for. Now I'm going to bring the seat lift back down and show you a few more things on the base. You are going to have front and rear tie down points. So if you are using any type of public transportation, you are able to strap the chair down. And then this chair is also going to be compatible with an easy lock or a Q lock system inside your vehicle if that is something that you need. So now that my seat is all the way down, the next thing I'm going to show you is going to be the posterior tilt, which is going to be a reverse tilt. So what this is you're still going to be in a seated position, but it's going to be tilting you backwards. And what that does is takes the pressure off the lower half of your body. It applies that to your back, so it helps with increased circulation throughout the lower half. So somebody that might have pressure sores, this is a very useful function to have. So right now my ICS box is red. It will not drive because I'm in that full tilted position. But while you're also tilted, then you are able to also elevate the legs. So I want to show you what the legs can come out to so that you can see, you can kind of get them above your heart. So that's also something medically needed for some individuals to be able to get their feet above their heart. Now the legs just stay out with the pressure, the person's legs that are on there. So you did see them slide in, but you can see this is kind of a reference of what it would look like with your legs up. And then also if somebody was sitting in the chair, it would be more in this type of position. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the tilt back down, and simultaneously I'm going to do the recline, which is just your backrest going back, just to save time for video demonstration purposes. But the recline is going to go back so that you are able to lay flat, similar to like laying in a bed, because most people do stay in this chair for long periods of time and or sleep in this chair overnight, depending on if they don't transfer out of the unit. But this is what you're going to be looking like if you were at a full recline and then your legs to be extended out. You can see it's pretty much that 180-degree lay flat position. So now I'm going to bring the back up and the legs back in at the same time. I also want to mention that this unit does take 60 amp gel recessed post batteries. They are a pretty specific size. We do sell the batteries for this chair and all other Permobils, and then most all other products on the market. So if you are in need of batteries, definitely give us a call. We can get you a price and get those shipped typically within the same week right to your door. But now that I have the legs back in and the back up, the last function I'm going to show you is going to be anterior tilt. So it's not a lot, but it's about a 10-degree anterior tilt. If you're in a upright seated position and then you go ahead and you hold that anterior button down, you'll see how it begins to tilt you forward. So it kind of lifts and then tilts a little bit more. So this is kind of an anterior tilt, that forward position. Sometimes people utilize that to get in and out of the chair, or they also call it active reach if you want to get a little close to your cabinets. Now you're leaned forward, or your countertops if you're cooking. That's also going to be a useful function, but that's what your anterior tilt is going to look like. And then I'm going to bring that back down here. The joystick is currently located on the right-hand side, but it is very easy for us to switch it over to the left-hand side. And it is going to have a swing away joystick as well, so you can swing the joystick to the inside or the outside of the arm. So why that's useful is if somebody that wants to get out of the chair and push off the end of the armrests, your joystick is not in the way, or if you want to pull up to a table to eat, you are able to move that joystick out of the way so that you can kind of pull up right here to the end of your armrests. Now in the back of the chair, you are going to have an Allen key. That is going to be used for many of the adjustments here on the headrest, also the width of the armrests, the length of the foot plates. So many things that you can adjust with this tool here, but I will mention that when we are selling these types of power chairs, we do send you out a measuring chart, and then we fit this chair to your size. So although it's a 330-pound weight capacity chair, you can be 6'5", 330, or 5 feet tall, 100 pounds. We can fit this chair to your size. So I'm going to go over the measurements with you, but once again, that's just for a reference point. We are able to adjust this and fit your size. Currently, this is set up at about 17 inches wide by about 19 inches deep. They do have an 18-inch back on here, and why that matters is because your armrests stick outside of the backrest because they have to flip up. At an 18-inch back on this one here, you're going to be close to 26 inches in overall width. So I mentioned that because if you go to a 20-inch back, now you're going to be closer to 28 inches of overall width. So a standard door is 36 inches, and you have a door on a hinge, you have about 31 to 31.5 inches of usable space. So just to give you that reference of, hey, I'm navigating this around, you know, measure your door frames, make sure this is going to fit. Now, the unit does come with foot plates. They each do flip up, and once again, they are fully adjustable. This is also going to have the full lighting package as well. Very good lights, and then you're also going to have turn signals on the front and the rear of the unit. So once again, got this one, and then there. All right, so now I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take this chair outside and do a driving demonstration, so please go ahead and follow me out there. All right, so here is that Permobil M3. Unit goes a little over 6 miles an hour, but you can see it does have a very sharp turning radius. Give you a reference, I'm 6 foot tall, about 200 pounds, so you can kind of see what I look like sitting in this chair. It is one of the more comfortable riding chairs on the market. It's very smooth. Permobil is probably the highest quality brand that you can get. And then I told you I would also raise the seat lift up as well while I'm out here, just to kind of give you a reference of what it looks like with me sitting in the chair with it elevated. But once again, it is going to be a reduced speed because now the button is lit up yellow on the unit, and it's still, I can actually still raise the chair as I am driving. So I'm not even all the way up right now, and I am at 3.1 miles an hour. But you are able to do that seat lift function while you are driving. So just to kind of give you that reference because of stability, it's very stable. Most people are a little nervous when you're raising up 12 inches in the air, but it is a very stable unit. So if you're looking for one of the highest end mid-wheel drive chairs that's fully loaded, go ahead and take a look at this Permobil M3.
Hi, I'm Mark.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marc's Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.